How's the day
Yeah,
going?
the day was nice and still it's going quite okay.
Okay, all right. So, Sunil, I think this is our first session together. So, I would love to know about yourself. Can you give a short introduction?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sunil. I'm from Delhi. Talking about my educational qualification, I have done graduation. When it comes to my hobby, I love listening to music.
Okay,
Moreover, I have been a YouTuber.
okay, all right.
Yes.
So, do you have a channel on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
All right, great. And what is this channel specifically about?
It's about English videos. I usually upload all those videos where I have sessions with people. So this video is also going to be my YouTube channel.
All right. I have to be more conscious then. All
No,
right.
no, but yes, what I do is that these days, as I said, that I upload videos where I interact with people, especially for English.
Hmm.
Plus, one more thing I would love to tell you here is that I have been a teacher of English for quite
Okay,
some time.
okay.
Yes, I also train people where they
Hmm.
can improve their communication skills.
Great. So, Sunil, I would love to know about what is the objective of here you're using this platform to improve your conversational skills or speaking skills. So, I would love to know about more about that. What is your specific objective regarding this?
So the primary purpose to use this application is whenever I interact or whenever I have a conversation with tutors from EnglishYaari,
Hmm.
they are already adept in English, and I get to know that what my mistakes are, and I usually get an exposure. I also get to know about myself that how I need to communicate and how nicely I can interact with people. So I guess this is the purpose.
Okay. Well, that's great actually. I think I must learn from you also because
No, it's
even
not
I
like that. Not at
even
all.
I
It is
have been in the teaching profession for quite a long time, and currently I'm with English Yaari at present, where I'm
Mhm.
trying to enhance the speaking skills of my learners. But yes, I think you taught me something that we can definitely keep on trying to improve our. I really agree to this point that nobody is perfect, and we all should aim to
Right.
uh, to process this lifelong learning process, right? Like it's
Right.
important that we should continue our learning process throughout the life, because
Mhm.
I think knowledge is too vast to acquire, right?
Right.
Anything we cannot say that we have become expert on this subject, right?
Right.
We continue to learn and we will keep learning, right?
Yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am. When it comes to English, I feel that English is one of the subjects where you need to learn more and more, and you need
definitely,
to have profound knowledge. And I guess when it comes to English, every day new things are updated to dictionaries. New
exactly,
things are there where we can speak or where we can use them. So every day there is a learning for everyone, especially people those who are fond of using this language.
definitely. I think the moreover, I believe that people who are learning this language as a second language, which is not their
Mhm.
first language, I believe they have to learn and they have to work harder, because there are so many borrowings of this language has actually come to into existence because of the borrowings, because each and every word has been borrowed from Latin, French, Scandinavian, Norway. Like there has been number of like thousands or lakhs of words being borrowed from different places around Europe, and now rightly said that that even till today the dictionary is updating, like it's every day we are getting a new word to learn. Every year they add up a new one or two or three new words onto the dictionary, right?
Mhm.
So it's a
Yes.
never ending learning process. I agree, and definitely, like it's huge, like this language people might be thinking that if you just learn the grammatical structure and
Right.
pronunciation and accent, you are fine. But the thing is that if you have to improve your vocabulary, especially if I talk of vocabulary, then it is never ending process. You keep
Yes.
on exploring words, and the entire diction will fall short because you have to expend your learning, right?
Right.
So, as you know, that every session we have a topic of discussion, and our today's topic of discussion is about smartphone, very
Hmm.
commonly used nowadays. There was a time, I know, that when affording a smartphone was very difficult, extremely, difficult, that people could not afford. And now you see, like, it is on everybody is, hanging around with a phone and just busy with the phone.
Yes.
So I would love to know, like, which one was your favorite, like your first smartphone, not favorite, your first smartphone.
Okay. I do not remember this precisely. I think that we usually change our mobile phones like we do change our clothes.
Right.
Earlier, if if people bought mobile phones, so they used that mobile phone for a long time. But now that every 2 years, people use a new mobile phone.
Right.
Every second year, every third year, people need a new mobile phone. If I talk about my mobile phone, I guess I got it when I went to the college. That point of time, I got a mobile phone. It must be from Samsung, because earlier there were not many companies
Right.
where we could have different companies for different mobile phones. Samsung was there in
There was
competition.
Nokia, there was Samsung,
Nokia,
there
yes.
was Motorola. I think there
Mhm.
were few companies which had like phones available on the market. I remember,
Yes, and
right?
Reliance was also there. That it launched its first mobile phone, and it used to be very expensive, and it also weighed a ton. It was not
Okay.
easy to carry that mobile phone. It used to have an antenna for this.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So my phone, I guess, was Samsung, if my memory serves me correctly.
All right. All right. So it
Yes.
was a Samsung phone, smartphone.
Right.
Uh, do you know, like, why do we call this phone as a smartphone? Like, what is the
Yes.
reason for?
I think we are smart enough to understand why they are called smartphones. I guess if you have a mobile phone, it means you can do multiple things at ease. A
Absolutely.
mobile phone comes with various applications. And
Right.
what I feel is that, and how I view it is, a mobile phone can be used in two ways. First, we can use it without internet. If I tell you, if we use it without using internet, that point of time we can use it, or we can use a calendar in it, we can use it as a calculator, or we
Right.
can use it as a paperweight. Like, you don't want anything to fly, you can keep it on that particular thing. Or if you don't want anything to be spread, there you can use it. And we also, yes, the predominant use of a mobile phone is to be connected with people or
Right.
to send messages to people. So
Exactly.
this is the use, yes. And when it comes to use it with internet, then it has a large number of applications to use. And yes,
The functions
we
keep
can
on expanding if we have internet, definitely. Like, it's
right,
like
true.
just like carrying a small computer or system with you every time, because whatever a computer can do nowadays, I think all the smartphones are capable of doing that, right? It's
Yes, true.
exactly like, like you are carrying a small computer with yourself everywhere. And yes, there was a time I remember that when we did not had that this internet connection, and we had been using those phones only for calling or
Hmm.
texting, through SMS. And yes, a calculator, calendar, what else we didn't we did, like,
And there
necessities,
used
like,
to be a, there used to be a sort of game, a snake game
yes,
used to be
right,
there.
right,
And
right, right,
yes, and they were played without internet. But
right,
now I don't feel we have games which we can play without using internet. Like,
exactly.
we like to play online games very much, and
Hmm.
people are enamored of these games. PUBG was one of the games where people went crazy, and and somewhere it was also deleterious for people's health. Like they kept on playing and they had some health issues because of these,
Exactly.
because
Right.
of this particular game.
Yeah, they become addicted. I think like a lot of people, especially from the younger generation, they really got addicted. I remember my school students would be talking continuously about this PUBG game, and then I could actually realize that, like, I realized that how strong this addiction is among the younger generation,
Mhm.
especially among students or teenage. Specifically, if I talk about teenage groups, they were really into this game, and they were madly playing, oh, like, excluding everything from their routine, studies, or going out with friends, or playing outside. So I think that started with the addiction. It started with the addiction of this game. I think right now this, I don't think this game is being played anymore. I think it's banned or something, right? Uh, Heard long back, few years back, that the
Yes, but we
game.
have its replica now. We have another
Okay,
game. Yes,
okay.
they are not the precise PUBG, but we do
Mhm,
have the copy of it, and people still play those games.
mhm.
And the reason to play that game was earlier, whenever this game was played in India, people were earning because of this game very much. People
Okay.
used to come online and they used to play it, and whosoever was interested in playing this game, these people
Hmm.
learned from the experts of this game. Like they were pro in that particular game,
All
and from
right.
there it started, and that's why people had that craze. Okay, I
Mhm.
also need to be a brilliant player of this particular game so that I can make a good fortune.
Okay. I'm actually, not aware of these things because I'm not into much gaming. I'm not a person, who would be spending time on, like, I have my minimum use over for a smartphone. So that is the reason when some people talk about games, I really keep quiet because I have no idea about games and all. When I used to teach in schools, I remember, I would get all these ideas through my students. They would be telling me that, ma'am, this
Mhm.
happened, that happened, all these things. So I can, now when you are talking about games, I have really no experience or no idea about it. Okay,
All right.
so tell me, how many smartphones do you have right now with you? Like, currently, how many phones are you using? Is it only one phone, or do you have
No, these
multiple
days,
phones?
I'm using two mobile phones.
Okay, two, and both are smartphones,
Yes,
definitely,
one is,
right?
yes, both are smartphone. One is an Android mobile phone, and another one is an iPhone.
Okay, all right. uh, and do you remember so far, like, how many phones you have bought?
It is going to be a hard nut to crack to think of a mobile phone that I have used so far. I guess on average I must have used seven or eight. I don't know whether they are correct or not, but I
Mhm.
feel seven or eight.
7 or 8.
And I would also
Okay.
tell you one thing so that you can have the appropriate idea. I
Hmm.
did my BTech. I have done BTech. I did my
Okay.
BTech in 2012.
All right.
So it has been almost a decade. So it
Yeah.
is
All
it
right.
is certain that in decade people would change at least three to four mobile phones, and before that I've been
Yes.
using.
Yes, I know. Because I think, nowadays these phones, smartphones, they hardly last for around 3 years, or like, if you extend, I don't think more than 3 years. I don't believe, like, yes, even the last one which I was using, it lasted for around 3 to 3.5 years.
Mhm.
so so I think, yes, it's quite common now to change your phone after every 2 3 years, because after that, you and if you are working and if you have multiple apps, then definitely the system is going to crash after a time, because they
Right.
cannot hold that huge amount of memory after a certain period of time, right?
Mhm.
So yes, definitely. So, are you happy right now with both the phones, or are you planning to buy a new one in
No, I'm happy with
coming
that.
months? Okay.
I have bought an iPhone lately, so I'm okay with this. And
Okay.
the Android one I'm using because the applications which I'm not able to use in iPhone, then
Hmm.
I have a good use of that, and I'm an expert of Android mobile phones. So that's why
Right.
I'm using both. Yes.
Right. So I think right now, like by this time, like you are comfortable handling both the softwares, right? Both the
Right.
OS, like you
Mhm.
are comfortable. That's great, actually.
Yeah.
I think the as the time be like as the time is passing, we need to learn and we need to upgrade our own knowledge related to mobile phones or the you know even the computers, laptops, desktops, whatever we are using. It is mandatory that we should update it um after a certain period of time, because that's what learning is all about, right? You keep on updating yourself with just like a smartphone, right? And
Right.
now this entire process have become of updating yourself. You update your phone, you update yourself, you update your
Yes.
clothes, you update your knowledge. That's how life has become, right? And if you do not update yourself, you become an old school.
Yes,
Right?
it's true. Yes.
Nokia 1100.
Yes, and I guess that it is utmost important to go with the flow when it comes
Definitely.
to the time. And we also need to evolve with the time. If I do not change my mobile phones, I will not be able to use new applications. And these days, using a mobile phone is so easy. Even I guess a toddler can use a mobile phone so nicely, and
Yes.
he might know more applications than you.
Yes, of course. I
And
have seen a lot of people, especially of young children. They know how to operate. They know how to skip, like a 1 year old child or a 1.5 year old child knows how to skip the ad on
right,
YouTube video. So I can understand that they must be knowing more than me by the time they will come to my age. They will become so knowledgeable. So I always feel that I'm always an old school person, because no matter how much I learn, I always feel that my younger people around me, they know far much more than me. Yes, that's true.
yes.
So
And I guess it is because they have the access to it. If you have the
yes,
access to things, you will
right,
certainly become the master of that particular thing. And
right,
the more you use any particular thing, and it's going to be so easy, you can use that thing in your sleep. It's with
exactly,
everything. If you have a laptop, you will be the master of that laptop. You will know which file is useful for you, which file is not, and how you can create a file. Everything will be very easy for you. But
right,
if you do not use that particular thing very regularly, if you use it on and off, then you will have difficulty in understanding things. You will have difficulty in doing anything with that particular application or with that particular tool or device.
right, correct,
Yes.
of course.
Yes, I was wondering if you could tell me that why you chose English, Yari, and like tell me something about yourself if you are okay to tell.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, see, if I have to introduce myself, then definitely yes. I have been in this education industry for around 10 to 11 years. So basically, precisely if I talk of, I have worked in many army schools around the country, and at the same time, like I have been teaching learners of different age groups. So see, I was right from the very beginning. I knew that I have to become a teacher, and
Okay.
I fulfilled my dream. So I'm very happy with the profession. But last year I have to leave my job for some personal reason. So I have a toddler at home right now. So that's why I, opted for like something which where I can be comfortable working from home. So
Hmm.
EnglishYaari is a great platform, and it has given me the opportunity to connect with so many people. And now, I've been talking and sharing experiences with so many people. It's been a wonderful time for me, I would rather say, because I'm
Okay.
getting the opportunity to meet so many people. And, if I can help them in any way, it would be my great pleasure,
Hmm.
because there are learners who really want to learn this particular language, and I can see their eagerness, especially if I
Hmm.
talk of a lot of learners who have studied in vernacular language in their other state boards, where
Hmm.
English was not a medium of instruction. And
Yeah.
at this time they are facing issues, and they are really keen to, they're eager to learn this language. So
Yes.
I feel happy if I can teach them even a one single thing, and they
Hmm.
learn it. So I extremely, like, it's my pleasure to teach something and be useful to these people. It would be a great help for them and for me also. And I believe English Yari is doing a great job, I can really say, because they're providing this service at such an affordable price.
Right. Right.
Moreover, you have the flexibility to choose your session. That is the
Right.
best thing, right? Like, you are at any part of the world and you can choose the session at any time whenever you are comfortable. So it is comfortable, like, it is accessible for the children, for students, school students, college going students, even the professionals, and the old age people who want to learn now. So I have been, like, it's a wonderful experience for me, because I have school going students who are in class 5 or 6. I
Hmm.
have learners from college, I have learners from those who are professional looking for jobs, and I
Hmm.
have learners of around 50 years of age,
Hmm.
55 years of age. So I really feel happy that even while when I was teaching in school, I didn't get this amount of like the vivid the the learners age group, it's varies from one period to another period. So that is the
Right.
wonderful thing I really enjoy.
Hmm.
So for the time being, I'm here, and I really appreciate this platform a lot.
Okay. So, were you teaching any particular subject? Were you teaching English there, or were you
Yeah,
taking care
I
of
was.
every subject?
No, no, no. Actually, I have always been teaching. Like, English was the subject where which I was teaching every school. And yes, at the same time, when you are in school academically, you have to involve yourself into a lot of things. But yes,
Yes.
specifically, I have been teaching English only. Besides that, you have to, like, you said that you have also worked, I maybe in an educational institution. It may not be a school, but whatever it is, like, I
Right.
can guess that you might be having the idea that you have, when if you are a teacher, you have to involve yourself into a lot of things. It's not
Mm-hmm.
only about teaching your subject. You have to move around with the children and tell them a lot of things, teach them a lot of things. So that's how it goes, right? And in school
Yes. True.
specifically, you are supposed to do a lot of things, not only teaching your subject.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
So
and
that's.
yes, I can easily relate with it. It is because I have a younger sister. She has been a government teacher,
Hmm,
and what she does is that every time she is tired because of her work, she has a lot of work to do. And we
right.
feel that her professional life ends in her school, but she brings that work home. Every
Yes.
time
Yes.
she
That's
brings
a
that
part
home,
of
and every
teaching job. That's a part of teaching job that you have to. I think, people in our country, they believe, like, there is a conventional notion that, that this is a job which is very easy to get, and like, it's a very easygoing job for. I feel that, but still, currently the situation which we face as a teacher in schools, I don't know how many people are aware of it, because teachers have to bring a lot of work at home. It's
right.
uh, it's not like that 9 to 5 job that you just did completed your task and your time is over. Now
Mhm.
you can chill at home. No, it's not that. You have to prepare. There are so many documentation work, and then there are multiple things to do, even inside the school and outside the school. So it's a never ending process of your work never ends. That's the thing. If you are a teacher, your work never ends. You have a lot of
Mhm.
things to do. So I understand what your sister is going through. I know that.
Yes, even yes, and God be praised, I'm married, and
Hmm.
my wife is also a guest teacher, and so that I know that how challenging their lives are.
Yes.
And I also believe in one thing, that you all are doing, or including me, we all are doing a social work, and it
Yes.
gives you an immense amount of pleasure when you see
Right.
your students are doing a wonderful job, or you are
Definitely.
able to bring a slight change in your students.
Right.
So that makes your day, and the benediction you get from their parents, because
Right.
teachers are the one are the ones who can show the show the right platform to their students, and this is what
Right.
their job is. Earlier teachers were lethargic. Now they are like a live wire. They have to do everything very quickly.
Exactly. I remember my own teachers, like the way they used to teach. And now, when we enter into the classroom, we have to, every time there is in mind that how we are going to make our class interesting so that the children do not get bored. That you
Mm,
have to be, exciting, like your personality, you have to groom in such a way so that children do not feel bored in your classroom. And that
correct.
is the first thing you have to take care of your classes. And
Mhm.
of course there are other things also. So yes, the thing which you said, that like we are building a generation and trying to inculcate a good personality in them, good habits in them, and bringing their future to a proper track. So it gives me immense pleasure. I know, like, because I'm in this profession for around 10 to 11 years, I can say that so far, like, when my children now, they have like passed out from school, they have gotten admission into colleges. Somebody is doing medical, or somebody is studying maybe fashion designing, or something else. So I feel really happy. One thing which makes me feel that, okay, I have become old because this student has passed out from the school. and and then I feel very happy that finally that the school student is doing something really great within his life, and they're following their passion.
Right.
Right, that is what I'm really happy about, that they are actually pursuing something which they are passionate about. That gives me an immense pleasure, because I have always told my students that do whatever you like to do. Don't come into peer pressure or parents pressure that you have to follow whatever they are saying. Do what you really like to do, so that
Right.
gives me that happiness. Yeah,
Yes, that's
that's
true.
all. Okay, Sunil, I think I'm running out of time. I have
Yes,
my next question.
sure.
So it was a lovely conversation with you. Rather, I would say that I have learned a lot from you. So whatever knowledge you shared about smartphones and other things, it was really helpful. So thanks a ton. Yes, and good
I hope.
night. Yeah, take care.
Okay, take care, and be relaxed and take that session with ease. And I know that you are new to this platform and you are going to ace it. Let the right time come, and people will say, I really want to have a session with you, because everyone is great on this platform. All right, ma'am,
Yes,
take care. Yes,
yeah.
take good care. All right, bye.
Yeah.